Hello, I'm Robert and welcome to my channel where I talk about everything automated algorithmic trading or simply algo trading. This video is going to be a big reveal. If you watched my last video, then you know I started an experiment 2 days ago testing a 5 pip take profit against a 60 pip stop loss. And I should be greeted today with somewhere around $350 plus of leverage to profit. Here is the back test where I tested this theory. I ran through it aggressively. In fact, I tested every time frame just to make sure I had my numbers correct. So I set up a simple bot 2 days ago to see if this would actually happen. After all, who wouldn't want $350 plus every 3 days? Of course, you need to divide by your leverage to get the proper amount, but still, this is wonderful looking. In fact, it's so wonderful looking, most people would skip forward testing and go straight into trading live money. You should never skip forward testing. Always forward test your results. And we're going to get into why very quickly. So now that we have what we should expect, as you can see, the bot is running, and the first number in the very left part of the screen, or the first column, is the time it took to process and evaluate the information, the take profit, the stop loss, so forth. So I'm averaging about 3 seconds to process this information very quickly. So I should see very good results. So let's get that drum roll going and let's really see how much money my cash grab machine really made. Here it is, the latest information with a 5 pip take profit and a 60 pip stop loss. And as you can see, the account has lost $460. Again, these are leveraged numbers. So if you divide by 20, you get the amount you actually would lose. So why is this different than this? This shows an incredible run. This, on the other hand, does not. The back test was 24 trades. You're looking at 23 trades on the screen. And I verified carefully the exact combination of code in both cases. In fact, I copied the backtesting code as my base print or boilerplate for building this test program. So the code is correct, the analysis is correct, and I verified that by hand as well. So why do we have a loss here and a profit in the backtest? The answer really is very simple and very expected. Simply put, the market is always changing. Just because a backtest looks favorable doesn't mean that you can go straight into live trading. In fact, I'm going to state right here and now, if you go into live trading based upon a backtest, you are going to lose everything. I've stated this before, that backtesting is an illusion that paints the perfect picture. It's not reality. Reality is when you take a forward testing approach and you get live market data as it happens. You don't know what it's going to be. You don't know what could come next. Having that blindness helps build your process. Now, could this turn out to be as good as the proper testing measures that this uses? Yes, it could. Let's go to the 1 hour time frame. And let's actually see what it says for 560. So here we are on the 1 hour time frame. Now notice it shows more stop losses. It shows more take profits. It shows a lot more. But 151 losses. Remember, you need to aggregate your time frames up and extrapolate data. Just because you might only get 1 or 2 losses in a particular time frame for a backtesting study doesn't mean that that's all you're going to get every single backtest. A 1 hour time frame versus a 10-second time frame is a big difference. This is 293 days of analysis versus only 3 days of analysis. So the backtesting doesn't imply future profits based upon that time frame. It's very possible it will match or exceed in a forward test. It's also very possible it will do exactly what this real world test demonstrated. Instead of having just 1 stop loss, I had 5 stop losses. I still have a higher win rate over my loss rate, but nonetheless, those 5 stop losses still hurt. And they hurt a lot. So even though a 5 pip take profit is statistically more profitable than any other combination that this analysis demonstrates, it doesn't mean you're going to simply be printing money all the time. It doesn't mean that the backtesting market structure is going to be the same structure you get when you run the algorithm appropriate to your trading. You need to be aware that forward testing is an absolute critical component of your analysis. And you need to think about how that plays in to your ability to profit and function. So while this still does have the advantage of statistical probability on its side, it's not going to magically get you rich or magically make money over time. And as the market structure changes, you are going to take losses and you are going to feel those losses in your account. The market over the last 2 days has been very bearish compared to when the data was downloaded and the market was very bullish. That is simply the way it is and why you need to look at every single time frame. Every time frame will give you a different viewpoint of a different reference within the totality. For example, the 1 hour time frame shows 293 days of data. That information helps you understand through a series of ups and downs in the market just what you can expect within the market over time. Not guaranteed, but a potential reality nonetheless. So the process certainly isn't debunked or it isn't fraudulent. but it doesn't show you the pretty picture that the backtest really paints. Never trust a backtest at face value. Always repeat it over time and always forward test no matter what. And if you have to skip any process whatsoever, skip the backtest and rely on forward testing. Simply because forward testing will give you live market data and you never know what's coming. So as you build your thinking process for your reward to risk ratios and you examine this information, understand that these tests, these analyses are simply a footprint in time. They are not the entire path. They are not the entire journey. You cannot make an assessment based upon 20 or 30 trades, whether or not this process is going to have long-term success. As we've seen from the 1 hour process, it has 1,615 trades. You need at least 100 trades to determine a feasible reality within the process. Having 1,615 trades tells you realistically the process will be more profitable in the long run, but your short run will look exactly like what we have. You will take losses. You will have situations where you wonder whether or not your strategy is working. This is where most people would change their strategy and blow up their account because they wouldn't wait out the amount of time necessary to truly validate the strategy. You cannot simply change a strategy after 2 or 3 days and assume that it doesn't work. And that is what would happen here, because the person went from back testing straight into live trading without forward testing. This would be real money in that context that person would lose. And if they did that over 3 or 4 different strategies, not giving each strategy the proper amount of analysis needed, they would quickly burn up their account. Don't make that mistake in your trading. When you decide on your trading approach, forward test it, paper trade it, put together a framework like I did here and let it run off of live market data. See what the results are. What we can see is that the statistical probability of a 5 pip take profit is in fact more likely over a 60 pip stop loss. Right now you're looking at 18 profitable trades versus 5 losses. That is a win rate of 78%. That means this strategy is successful. But right now, it is not profitable. Don't equate success and profitability to mean the same thing, because they don't. And a real-world case study and actually examining the data proves it over and over. Success is not profit, and vice versa. They are 2 different contexts with 2 different assumptions. Test, retest, and when you think you've checked everything, go back and look at it again. Don't take the market structure of a backtest for granted. Previous performance is never a guarantee of future market conditions or performance. So I'm going to let this run for a few more days, and we're going to see how it does. Right now we are minus 460 on the account, and we will see how well the process actually unfolds over time. Remember, this is a very simple process, no intelligence. If I'm not in the market, I simply buy whatever the market price is, up until I get a take profit or a stop loss. Nothing else. So let's see how this goes, and I will keep you updated, but always forward test. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please share it for somebody who is having problems with trading. Help them understand that there is a process, a science, a methodology. Trading is not gambling, and too many people out there that want to get into trading don't really understand that approach. Even if you're manually trading, you still need the forward test. Don't underestimate the market, and don't overestimate your technique. Either case will cause you to lose money. Thank you for watching, and until next time.